Hello guys, welcome back to Clatipult. I am Medha and today we are going to be discussing about simplifying the CLAT pattern as well as the CLAT syllabus. Often a lot of kids get confused about what exactly is there in the syllabus and how the pattern is like, and there are a lot of questions and debates on it. So here I am going to clear all the doubts you might have pertaining to this. Please note that in the CLAT you have 5 sections. The 5 of them are English RCs, you have logical reasoning or critical reasoning, thirdly you have current affairs, fourthly you have legal reasoning, and fifth you have quantitative aptitude. So in all of these sections you are tested on various different skills which in total make up the CLAT examination pattern. When you look at English and logic, it covers almost 40% of your exam. Current affairs and legal reasoning are two of the most important sections and they cover almost 50% of the syllabus, and quantitative aptitude covers the rest 10% of the syllabus. The paper is of 120 marks, you have 120 questions and you have 120 minutes to solve all of those questions. There is of course negative marking in this examination. For every one incorrectly answered question, you get a negative marking of 0.25. So that being stated, you cannot just keep around guessing each and every answer because there are no descriptive answers. The entirety of it is MCQ based. When we come to the syllabus of English, please note that English is mostly comprised of RC based sections. The reading comprehension based sections, if you look at the previous year's questions, always deal with passages concerning literature. It can be about the author's childhood, it can be a passage on economics, it can be a passage on business, etc. So the topics here are varied, and to get a grasp of these topics, of course, you have to read the newspapers every day. The difficulty level has always been kept moderate and the word limit is 350 to 450 words per passage. 5 questions follow each passage and you have almost 5 to 6 passages depending upon the examination. The major questions in this section are asked on testing your vocabulary. They ask the themes involved in the passage, the tones of the passage, if the author, whether they have employed any literary devices in the passage, and question based on how well you interpret the passage. That being stated, we move on to current affairs. So while current affairs is one of the most important section of CLAT 2026, please note that current affairs would only be asked from the preceding 12 months of your CLAT examination. But then you also have to keep in mind that questions related to the historical aspect of a particular topic can be asked. Here, you need to have a comprehensive coverage of each and every topic which has been asked. As in, if a topic has been asked to you, let's say the Indus Water Treaty. In that passage, not only would you have to know the contemporary relevance, like why was it revoked right now, in what context, but you also have to know the historical significance, as in who were the two leaders who signed it, which two countries signed this particular treaty, whether any other country had any objection or not, something along the lines of the historical impact of the River Water Treaty, and also like whether India has any other treaties along these lines or not. So you have to make sure that you cover the entirety of the passage in a way that you would be able to answer most of the questions, whether from a contemporary angle or whether from a historical angle. Apart from these, you also are expected to be abreast of legal updates, which comprise of any legal bill which has come out, any act which has come out, anything which is being considered of parliamentary relevance, etc. Things like international and national news, awards, government schemes, environment, etc. is also something which CLAT as an examination has asked again and again. A question I often ask is whether static GK is relevant for current affairs or not. So static GK is not relevant in isolation, but it has to be tested within current affairs, as in you have to incorporate articles, institutions, the history of an event as mentioned within the current affair topics which you are reading right now. So don't study static GK separately, but read it in the context of current affairs. Please make daily notes and revise them weekly, and do not solely rely on monthly compendiums. Also do your own work and have a system where you're organized and structured when it comes to GK preparation. Make sure that you do not have a GK backlog at the end of the year, and you're doing GK as and when you get the opportunity. Coming to legal reasoning. Legal reasoning, once again, one of the most important sections which CLAT tests. When it comes to legal reasoning, you have to be clear on the basic 5 laws which are there. In that, I do not expect rote memorization, but I definitely want students to understand the principle behind those laws. Once you understand the principle behind the laws, it would be very easy for you to apply them to real life situation. So, you know the principle, you have understood the principle, and it's now very easy for you to apply it to the facts which would be given to you in the passage. Even if it's a principle which is unknown to you, it's a principle which is not something which you have not read before, do not be scared, because the entire passage is given in front of you. Like, you have the passage to refer to understand within the exam itself, yes, and then answer the rest of the question. So here you would be presented with practical hypothetical questions which can range from anything under the sun. You can be asked question on constitution, you can be asked a question on a bill which is being debated in the parliament, you can be asked a question based upon any act which is there, so on and so forth. What you can do from your end, especially when it comes to preparing for legal reasoning, is that you be very well read on any laws which have contemporary importance. Please make sure that legal current affairs is also something which you are not skipping out on. When it comes to logical reasoning, I am pretty sure you have heard this again and again, that CLAT only tests you on critical reasoning, and that was true until 2024. If you have gone through the previous year's question of CLAT 2025, you would have noticed that they suddenly gave you a question on analytical reasoning. Analytical reasoning, specifically seating arrangements, was a question which was suddenly asked in CLAT 25, when in the 2020 notification, CLAT had strictly stated that they are not going to be testing you on analytical reasoning. They would only be testing you on critical reasoning, because that is one of the most important skills which is expected of a lawyer. But then this opens the Pandora's box, and we have to make sure that both critical reasoning and analytical reasoning is something which we are doing. In critical reasoning, you are expected to understand the passage, the premise of an argument, as well as how the author had reasoned out their claims. It consists of questions like inferences, assumptions, strengthening, weakening, main idea, conclusion, paradoxes, flaws, evaluate, and miscellaneous type of question. When it comes to analytical reasoning, it comprises of puzzles. So when puzzles are being asked of you, the only way how you can be good at solving puzzles is via practicing. The more you practice puzzles, the more you recognize the pattern each puzzle expects out of you, and the more quickly you can solve those puzzles. So that being stated, things like syllogisms, blood relation, coding decoding, seating arrangements, etc. are some analytical reasoning chapters which you have to be completely clear upon, because these are very crucial parts of the syllabus. When it comes to data interpretation, a lot of students get scared that they did not do maths in their plus 2s, but CLAT is not testing you on skills which are there in your plus 2 maths. It only tests you on 8th to 10th grade mathematics, and it comprises of interpreting graphs, pie charts, etc. Apart from that, you also have chapters like averages, percentages, time and work, time and distance, bridges, trains, etc. So that being stated, please make sure that in maths you have covered the important topics and you keep practicing, because the more you practice maths, the more your accuracy improves. Other things which are relevant in this context is that, since of course we mentioned most of the passages are comprehension based passages, so you have to be very good with reading and rereading passages, right? And the way you can develop this skill is via solving sectionals and mocks again and again, and being in the practice of deciphering complex passages which you can get in editorials. That being stated, guys, once again, consistency is key here. Keep reading, reviewing of what all you have covered so far, what are the mistakes you have made, and be consistent in your approach to CLAT preparation. That being stated, in case there are any more doubts, please do let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much.